Hi guys, I am Jenny Squibb, the creator behind BySquibb and the author of my Healthy Recipes cookbook. So today we're going to be making steak with some zucchini fries. So we've got the zucchini and I'm just going to grab a knife right now and just chop up some zucchini in some fry shapes. So I am thinking whether I should slice it this way round or like up like this way, and I sort of feel, because I'm going to air fry it, I'm going to do it this way so it can actually have a chance to become crispy too. So this is going to be so delicious, and it's very low carb, by the way, because we're literally only using steak and zucchini, and I might add some other bits too, we'll see. I am a little bit hungry, but this isn't going to be like full dinner yet. Well, maybe it is. So I've got some baking paper here because someone said, would you fast for 30 days, only water for $5 million, or shave your head bald for 1 year for 20 million? I'll do the 20 million because I'll just wear a wig. But honestly, I'll do both and then make it 25 million. So I think that is going to be enough. I'm just going to lay it out flat over the baking tray. Hi Lucky Magat, hello, hi everyone. And that's totally fine if you can't watch the whole way, because we're going to be making steak and zucchini fries, so don't worry about that. You can always watch back if you are interested in this recipe. So I'm literally just placing as much as I can over the zucchini here. Obviously, I haven't got that much space in my air fryer, so this is going to probably be enough. You want it to be laying flat as much as possible, but obviously mine isn't even that flat because like some of them are layered over. But whatever, I just want to like add as much zucchini as I can fit inside. And that's basically it, and I'm going to put it in the air fryer. Zucchini does cook quickly, so that is going to be fine in there. And I'm just going to put this now on the side. So now I've got my steak, my Australian steak, and I'm just going to cut it open. We've also got some chickpeas here, by the way. I love chickpeas. It's also such a good, healthy, vegetarian protein source. So I love using chickpeas. I use chickpea flour in my pancake recipes, and I use chickpea pasta in my bolognese recipes. Like I love chickpeas. They're just so good for you and just like high in protein. So here is the steak. We're using a flank steak. This is about 350 grams, so this is a lot. I don't really like touching meat with my hand, like raw meat, but obviously if it happens then I'll just wash my hands after. But I am heating up this cast iron pan, guys, and this cast iron pan is going to be the most important part when you're cooking steak, is to have the correct cooking pans for this. Someone's asked, can you bake banana bread for your next live? When I have ripe bananas, I will bake some banana bread because I need to do that soon. I even have an amazing carrot cake recipe that is in my cookbook that I love to make, so I might even do that on live as well. So, guys, with my cast iron pan, this is really going to help with the steak to cook it properly. It will get a bit smoky though, by the way. Last time I cooked steak, it got very smoky. So I'm going to get a fork and a spoon. So I'm actually using ghee. Ghee is a form of clarified butter, which basically is actually dairy-free and lactose-free too. But this is organic grass-fed ghee, and this is very high smoking point or heating point. So that means you can literally put it on the cast iron pan, and it's not like, it's gonna take the heat very well. It's not gonna burn easily. And then I cook my steak in this, and it's just so good. And it's just very like pure as well, by the way, in case you were wondering. So I'm literally just adding like a fair amount. I think it's hot enough, so let's do that. And then I'm gonna add in my steak whole, like this, on top. Like that. And I'm just gonna check first if the pan is hot enough. So let me just move this forward. So you can see, can you guys see properly? I hope you can see everything clearly. There we go. And then, look, that's really heating up. I'm just gonna put it on top to see. Yeah, it sizzles, guys. I'm gonna put that in now. And it might like splatter a little bit from the ghee, but that's completely natural and normal, so don't worry. I'm just making sure there's oil all underneath. Not oil, but ghee. So I leave it here for maybe like 1 minute. I like my steak rare. I don't like cooking too rare at home because I don't really know the quality of the steak that I bought. But we like it rare enough. So I'm not going to cook it for that long, just a bit. And you can even press it down if you need to as well. It will just help crisp up all of the edges. And it will get a bit smoky inside. I'm just going to open this fan up a little bit and open the window. So just bear with me for 1 second. I'm going to leave this on here. Okay, now I'm going to check underneath if I can turn it around. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's good to turn around. Look, oh, that looks beautiful. Let me show you up close. See, you see how it like gets crispy on the edges? That is literally because we're using a cast iron pan. Cast iron pans literally change the game. Someone said don't press on it. If I had like a steak weight, I would actually use that, but I don't, so that's why I'm pressing on it with my fork. But yeah guys, like I said, it is going to get very smoky in here when you use cast iron pans, and that's very natural, so don't worry about that if you are using cast iron. But yeah, I never cook my steak using an actual pan, because it will literally just go soft, like it doesn't heat up enough for your steak to actually go crispy. So that I'm just going to leave for like a while anyway. Someone said you're going to make it dry. I swear it's not. Even the ghee butter is like covering it all, so it's just really moist and it's going to stay like that. That's how it's looking so far. To me that looks pretty good. And you can actually do the edges, like the sides too, like that. Just make sure every part is being cooked properly. And then guys, I'm actually going to switch, like I'm going to turn this chopping board around. Let me just dry it quickly with some tissue. So hold on. Because I'll be putting the steak back on here to slice after, and I'm not going to use the same side because obviously that was raw meat. Yeah, someone said cast iron pan is better to use. This is cast iron pan. Yeah, this is basically, I think, I'm going to have to check inside to see if this is what I want. Okay, yeah, so let me just show you my technique. I'm gonna lower the heat now. But so I now slice it, and someone, like if you cook steak often, you might hate me for this, but I like slicing it. So I'm just checking how rare this is, and like, okay, that's like pretty rare still for me. I can eat very rare, but I only eat very rare when I'm at like a very high quality steak restaurant. But for when it's like pieces like this, I will now add this back into this pan. I'm actually going to turn the heat off though, and this is just a method I've done, and it's still, someone said it's still moving. This is a method I've done, and it's just like so yummy still. So now I'm just adding the slices back into the pan that are like slightly, or like too rare. You see there, it's like too rare. So I'm just adding it in and just like lightly coating it on the side, because I love my steak rare. But when, yeah, obviously I don't want to make it too rare when I'm cooking at home. So that is going to be like enough for me. So now I bring that back, and I hope you guys don't find this crazy. But now, so like this is like a steak slice, and that's just going to be so delicious and like cooked properly, how I like it at least. And I just do that to the rest of the pieces, and then it's basically like steak bites. Someone said you have no idea what you're doing. This is just the way I like to cook it at home. If I had a barbecue though, I'd absolutely grill it on there. But this is just what we're working with, by the way. As someone said, tongs are better for flipping. I totally agree with you, but I don't actually have that much equipment at home. Oh, sorry. Too smoky.
Yeah, that's it.
Hello! They're saying I don't know how to cook steak. Just like this. And then, guys, that is how I like it. This one I'm going to put back in as well. And guys, the steak now is done. I now like to, so I'm going to take the cast iron pan off because that's really hot, it needs to cool down. And now I'm going to add some flaky sea salt, which I love adding, over here. So I'm going to add the flaky sea salt over the top. And I love salt, so I'm really adding a generous amount. Guys, this is just the way, someone said, finally salt. This is just the way I like making my steak, guys. The zucchini is actually cooked, so we've got some nice veg on the side as well. I'm going to leave it in here still for whilst I'm preparing this thing. I'm going to put it all onto a plate. I know some people love eating off of a chopping board, but I like doing it. I'm just going to put it on a plate. And guys, this is like, just meant to be like a very simple, I'm not saying like I'm the best at cooking steak, but this is the way I like cooking it at home. It's just like really yummy for me, so I just thought I'm going to share. I'm just going to reveal it for you guys. So, look, this is how it looks. Like that, to me, literally looks so yummy. I'm going to add some, I want to add more sea salt. I don't know if it's going to be too much salt, but I'm going to maybe try it first and add some salt. But this, honestly, like, I love it as steak bites. If this wasn't a low carb dish, I would actually add some rice with this too and make it like a Japanese style thing, but this is like a really easy way to cook steak at home. I'm gonna add some chickpeas on the side. This is canned chickpeas. They have been rinsed though, but chickpeas is just gonna add some extra protein and just like fill the plate up a bit more. And then I wanted to add, yes, my zucchini. Okay, I'm gonna turn this off now, it's a bit loud, sorry guys. I'm gonna put some zucchini inside now. Someone said chickpeas should be illegal. Guys, chickpeas so good for you. This is just meant to be a healthy plate, basically, with some steak. Or steak with some healthy bits. I always like adding some veg where I can. There we go. I could do a bit more. I want to add some tomato passata sauce only because I love tomato sauce, but I'll add it in once I've eaten a bit of the steak. I really think I'm going to add a bit more sea salt though, because I really like my steak salty. So there we go. This is the meal. That to me looks so yummy, and I'm going to eat it now. Actually, I'm just going to slice it with a knife. I've been really wanting steak lately, so this can be perfect. This is how it's cooked inside. It's like medium rare. That's so good, guys. To be fair, I could have left it more rare. I think some pieces are going to be more cooked through than others, but this one, because I like rare, like in a restaurant I can actually order blue. I love literally rare steak. I don't like, I mean I can eat medium, but like I'd rather just something rare. But yeah, I think for a lot of people this is going to be good. And guys, I literally don't like adding any seasoning to steak besides salt. I think the flavour of the steak itself is just so good. So I only add salt. And I think the ghee is also a great choice to cook your steak in. So good, guys. Oh my god, that piece was amazing. Mika said, "Can I have a bite, please?" Here you go. Someone said, why not Himalayan salt? Himalayan salt also works, that's fine. My favourite salt is actually Celtic sea salt, because it's got like really a lot of minerals, but obviously each salt has different qualities, so most salts are going to be fine. Just don't use table salt. That is literally my nightmare. Back to the steak. Guys, I literally love steak. Cheers. That's literally so yum. This is so what I was craving.
Surtout qu'en plus tu sais pas ce qu'il bouffe quoi.
I don't know if I can bite it myself. I may need to use my knife and fork. For the person who's just joined, we have already made our steak and zucchini, and we added some chickpeas. This is genuinely such a good meal, and like, have you ever had Japanese style steak where you eat steak with rice? I also love that combination. Like, rice and steak is so underrated, but most of the time I do like mashed potatoes and steak, or yeah, just like generally potatoes and steak or vegetables and steak. But rice and steak, guys, you need to try it. And to be fair, this is so like just medium. This is cooked so well if you like medium. But I like rare, so I could have gone rarer to be honest. But this is good enough for me. Hi Cecilia. Yummy. Someone said too much meat for one person. This is 350 grams, so yeah, maybe that's a lot of meat, but I'm just really feeling like steak right now, so it's gonna be fine for me, I think. Bon appetit! I can honestly eat a lot of meat. When it's like a 150 gram steak, that just never does it for me. But maybe that's just me. Like, and like my portions are maybe a bit big. I'm not sure. But to be fair, I did literally just go to the gym for an hour and did a workout, so maybe that's why I'm feeling a bit hungrier than usual. Does it look good to you guys? I'm not sure. I hope it does. It tastes great. Honestly, I could also make some like homemade fries with this, and that'd be delicious, and I've done it before. So delicious. And by fries I mean like potato fries, and then you get like tomato passata sauce and dip it in. Talking about that, guys, I really want some tomato passata sauce, so I'm actually going to add it and just see how the flavours work together. So here is my tomato passata sauce. I'm just going to add a little bit on the side. In case it doesn't work, then we can avoid it on the plates. like that. And this is basically my version of ketchup. This tomato passata sauce literally is just tomato and salt, but it literally is my version of ketchup. I love it. So there's some steak and ketchup. I like that. Someone said they make low sugar ketchup. I'm sure that exists, but I still think ketchup just doesn't need any sugar. I'm honestly shocked why it's so normalized to add extra sugar in like all these sauces. It's ridiculous. Heinz ketchup, the regular one, is about 60% sugar. I feel like I so needed this meal. The tomato passata adds so much freshness too, which I really like. So I'm gonna add a bit more. Someone said they like steak and ice cream. I hope you're not dipping steak into ice cream.
D'ailleurs, moi là, je le vends 120 $, mais ça combien je touche?
Tomato passata is basically like a tomato sauce that you can use in so many recipes, tomato-based recipes like bolognese or like lasagna. It's really yummy. And I literally, like, I love eating it, so I literally just use it as ketchup too, because it literally is so naturally sweet from the Italian tomatoes. And the ingredients that I use in the brand I get, which is Muti, is basically just 2 ingredients. It's tomatoes and then like 0.5% salt, so that's really good.
Et tu fais ça pour toutes tes timeframes. Tu fais ça en délit, en H4, en H1. Comme ça, tu prends que les derniers moves, tu te focuses que sur les derniers moves et tu vois ce que le dernier move fait en fonction de l'autre move. Un exemple tout point, comme je disais tout à l'heure, le daily il est déci, mais le H4 il est haussier. Dans ces cas-là, jusqu'où le H4 va corriger mon daily en fonction de son dernier mouvement. Est-ce que mon daily il habite dans son dernier mouvement baissier, par exemple, si H4 passe haussier? Est-ce que mon daily il a laissé des FVG ou il a laissé une dernière liquidité?
I also love eating like the fatty bits of the steak. This is a flank steak, by the way, in case you weren't here at the start. Guys. I think I'm addicted to this stuff. I actually want to add more, and I think I will. My favorite steak is probably like a ribeye. Ribeye is pretty good. I've tried tomahawk, and maybe it was the way they cooked it at the place I went to, but I didn't think it was like the best. But it's a good like fun chunk of steak, so it's fun for like a gathering or something. Like when you're eating with someone, that's like a tomahawk could be fun, and it looks nice. But I actually would say my favorite steak is probably like ribeye. I like flank. Flank is like surprisingly like really like yummy. I really like it. And then strip loin is also quite good, but I don't like the whole like strip of fat on there. Like, I like it when the fat is more distributed. Mm. Guys, this combo is genuinely like, I'm just so happy right now. Someone said, how about white rice and steak? I love white rice and steak. That's such a good combination. And that's like how Japanese do it. Guys, we're nearly finished. After this though, I will be full, so I don't think I will have a proper dinner, probably just something light. Maybe a snack plate. I really like my snack plates really recently because it's like you can eat a lot of things, but in like smaller quantities, so you can get to try lots of different foods. Someone asked, do you enjoy eating at buffets? I actually don't like eating at buffets that much. I'll do it on occasion. There's a really amazing buffet here, which is like a French buffet, and they have like literally a buffet of like steaks, bone marrow, beef tartare, like different types of fishes, vegetables, cheeses, baguettes. Like, I love things like that, but in general I don't like eating at buffets because usually buffets are just like lower quality versions of the food. I prefer higher quality and less quantity. So buffets don't really serve that unless you just go to like a really good quality buffet. So that's why I don't like going to buffets. But in general, I'd rather just do à la carte. So good. But like the buffet I go to with my boyfriend, which is this French buffet, you can also order à la carte, which I like because that's actually what we end up doing. You can do the buffet to like try the whole menu basically, but then you do the à la carte to select exactly what you want. So we get beef tartare at this French restaurant à la carte, and it's literally insane. We literally now, every time we go there, we don't even say what we want. The staff literally know exactly what our order is, from like the starters to the mains, and the drinks as well. We only get water though, but yeah. Someone said, why do you only get water at a buffet? I, like, anywhere I go, I will literally just order water. If they have like green tea, then I'll get a green tea, or if it's the evening, because green tea has caffeine, I'll get chamomile tea. So I don't mind tea, but most places don't really have, most places I go to at least, don't really have tea as an option. I don't think it's that popular here because I live in Thailand. But I like tea, and if it's not tea, I'll get water. But to be honest, I'll get water, and then on occasion I'll get tea. But tea's really good for you if it's warm. But I don't like getting any other drinks. I just like sticking with water. because it's just like you can't go wrong with getting water. Like I don't have to check the ingredients in water. Yeah, water is the best. It's actually just the best way to go. Just water. Someone said, what is the necklace? This is actually a mic. So if I talk to it like this, hello, 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 you'll see it's a bit louder. So that's actually my mic. So you guys can hear me properly. This is the last bite of steak, guys. And it's got some tomato passata sauce on it, but it's really yummy, guys. So I'm just gonna. I'm genuinely so full from that. That was so delicious. But I do feel like I need a bit of like fruit. I might have to sit for a bit and then eat some fruit, but I need something like fruity, sweet after that. But I don't know whether I should go get it now. I'm just gonna put it out in front just in case. We made a fruit platter earlier, and this is the remainings of it. Ta-da! So I told you guys I didn't finish it then because I literally couldn't. This is like apples, watermelon, pomegranate, carrot, orange. Yeah, that's it. So I'm just gonna have, watermelon. Someone said watermelon, maybe I so need watermelon. I need something refreshing right now. So here's some watermelon. That is perfect. I only cut up this watermelon like 2 days ago and it's literally 3 pieces left.
I'm gonna get
This is like so cold from the fridge, it's actually amazing. I feel like watermelon is such a good way to finish a meal, or like use watermelon as a dessert, because it's just so sweet, so refreshing, low calorie too. Someone said, if you don't subscribe to this channel, you'll be reborn as an octopus. And the Japanese eat octopus as well, by the way, so you should definitely subscribe so you don't get eaten. Someone said kiwis and mangoes too. Yeah, so yummy. Oh my god, love those. This is just pomegranate. Oops. These are quite hard to eat. But I love pomegranate. It's just a bit messy, that's all. Like. Mm. That's delicious. I'm actually done now. Now I'm done. I'm actually done. If there's more watermelon, I would finish that. But unfortunately, guys, it's all been eaten now. So that is dinner. This was not meant to be dinner because it's like 5:30. But I think this is going to be dinner, and I'm just going to go to bed early tonight. So I think that's going to be the plan. If I make anything later, I'll let you know. But I'm full. I'm really full from that. I do need to get some water though, I'm pretty thirsty. But guys, yeah, so if you are new here, sorry, then don't forget to subscribe. I go live every single day and I will share with you all my yummy, whole food, healthy recipes. And yeah, thanks so much guys for being here again, like always, and I love seeing regulars. Like, hi Nika, like you're a regular, I see you all the time, so thanks guys for joining and enjoying and also interacting and like asking questions and stuff, because that always helps. Someone's asked, are you part Asian? Yes, I'm half Thai, half British. But yeah, thanks so much guys, and I will see you in the next live.